we got a lot of celebrities in the house tonight. For those of you that are local, you've all heard of the Pride of Portchester, the Portchester High School Marching Band, and how great they are. Director Robert Beatty is in the house tonight. He makes that band as great as it is. All right, that's number one out the way. Number two, and perhaps the most important. Most of you probably don't have an idea of what my background was, but I worked in New York City EMS for 22 years. I was a paramedic in Harlem. And I got to tell you, folks, that profession flies under the radar and goes unnoticed. PD and fire get all the accolades, and the EMS paramedics and EMTs work tirelessly and endlessly day after day, understaffed and underpaid, and get no recognition. There is a lot of them in the house tonight who come out, you turned out to see the band tonight. But most important is, while I was working in Harlem for 20 years, across the bridge in the South Bronx was a very good friend of mine who's here tonight. His name is Robert Little, Bobby Little, I know him as. And Bobby was supposed to have a book release today. Unfortunately, due to publishing issues, it's been pushed back to the 28th. The name of the book is Chasers, an EMS story. And it's going to give you an idea, if you are so kind as to buy the book, you're going to get an idea of just what it is we do each and every day. Bobby is here tonight. I'm going to give him a few minutes at the microphone just to give you all a little idea as to what his book is about. Please welcome and give every EMT and paramedic in the house a nice round of applause. Believe me, they deserve it. Bobby, come on up. All yours, brother.
Thanks, baby. Thank you much. All right. Can you hear me? All right. First of all, round of applause for the band. These guys were awesome. There's a lot of cooking going on in Westchester Burger today. The burger's in the back and the band in the front. Good job, fellas. Good job. Thanks to Vinny. I don't know if he's around. Thanks to Vinny for having live music here. I think it's important to be supportive of music. Second, I want to thank Tommy for having me come up and say a few things for a few minutes. And I also want to acknowledge his birthday. We won't say numbers, we just say happy birthday. 4, okay. Happy 4th birthday. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge some heroes. First of all, a few days after Veterans Day, I think that we should acknowledge the veterans in the house. So all of our veterans that are in the house today, all of our armed forces that are in the house today, if you raise your hands, please raise your hands. All right. Tip of the hat to our veterans, those that aren't here and those that are here. Also, a tip of the hat to some heroes, as Tommy mentioned, our first responders, our EMS people, our PD, our fire. Please, a little round of applause for those. And if you could raise your hand, I'm curious about EMS, PD, fire, who's in the house today? All right, very good, very good. This brings to mind heroes. There are a lot of heroes in the house today, as we saw with the hands being raised, but I want to acknowledge a special one. This hero was in Vietnam, did a few things in Nam, and people who are involved during wartime, I think automatically we acknowledge them as heroes. We have one guy here who was in Nam, which I think is dating him, but I don't think he'll mind about that. He left Nam, came back to New York, and he worked for 20 years as a paramedic in New York. Not only did he work as a paramedic in New York, he worked a paramedic in Harlem. Adopted, revered, respected, and admired for the things that he did, his personality. Tommy, don't go anywhere, because you're the man. You're the man. I want to acknowledge Tommy as a hero. Now, I know he's going to want to take me in the back and kick my ass for exposing him, but we can save that for later. Tommy, you didn't realize it when you asked me to come up, but you are the perfect segue for my book. The book is about local heroes, people who are next door, the next door heroes, people who don't make TV, don't become movie stars. I wanted to take people like you put them in the book. People who are not named James Bond, people who are not named, Alex Cross, people like that. I wanted to acknowledge, and we don't have enough people like you on TV in the movies, all right? So the book is called Chasers, an EMS story. My name is Robert Little. It's about an EMT crew in the South Bronx, working a midnight shift and the things that they go through. Wanted to open up eyes to the public. If you get a chance, please check it out. Tommy, thank you for giving me a few minutes. And everybody have a good night. Get home safe and enjoy the rest of the music.
Tommy, thank you for your kind words.
All right.
And folks, when we come back, please, there's not a lot of room, it's not a large dance floor, but dancing is allowed.